Hey guys, in this video we are going to be talking about simplifying and evaluating exponential expressions. So oftentimes when we say evaluate an expression, what that means is we're looking for a number. So our answer is going to be one numerical value. Simplifying often deals with expressions and how we can write them in simplest form. So when we're evaluating exponential expressions, what we are going to do is we're going to first simplify the expression. So oftentimes that means we take care of our zero or our negative exponents, and then we fill in the values and evaluate. And that's when we perform the operations and find our solution. So our first example is 3s cubed t to the negative second, for s is 2 and t equals negative 3. Okay, I know that what you want to do is plug them in right away, okay, but that's not what we want to do. What we want to do, okay, is simplify this expression first so that we don't get confused when we have a number raised to a negative exponent, because that can get confusing. So here we're going to simplify 3s cubed t to the negative second. And as I said in the last variable, and as we've probably talked about in class by now, I want you guys to simplify, okay, number by variable by variable. Okay, work your way from left to right, okay, one at a time. So that 3, okay, our 3 has a positive exponent, means it stays where it is. So our 3 stays in the numerator. Move to our s cubed, okay, 3 positive, okay, our s stays in the numerator, raised to the third power. Now our t has a negative exponent. So remember, we can rewrite a negative exponent as 1 over the same base raised to the positive version of that exponent. So we're going to rewrite this as t to the negative second is 1 over t squared, which means we send the t to the denominator, and now we have a positive exponent of 2. Okay, now that we have simplified this expression, this is now where we plug our variables in, sorry, not our valuables. So our numerator, okay, has the 3, okay, that still is part of our multiplication, times s cubed. Well, s is 2, so this is going to be times 2 to the third power over t negative 3 squared. Now, as we said in the last video, it's very important here. Okay, notice that t is raised to the negative third power. So that means when we substitute it in our expressions, this negative 3 has to go in parentheses and raised to the second power. Because remember, if we put that negative 3 in parentheses versus if we don't, it's going to give us a different numerical value. So we need to make sure it is in parentheses because we are squaring that negative 3. So now we simplify our numerator and our denominator. Our exponents come first. So we have 3 times 2 cubed. 2 cubed is going to be 8 over negative 3 squared, which is going to be a positive 9. Okay, that is going to be a positive 9. Make sure when you put in your calculator, it is in parentheses. 8 times 3 is 24, so we have 24 over 9. Now, we do need to reduce our fractions. If you notice, 24 and 9 are both divisible by 3. So we divide 24 by 3 to get 8, 9 divided by 3 to get 3. Your final answer is 8/3. If you can simplify your fractions, you need to simplify and reduce your fractions. Let's look at another example. So we're going to simplify first and then fill in the values for the variables to evaluate. So we have negative 8 over s to the 0th times t to the negative third. Now notice your numerator is negative 8. Okay, negative 8 does not have a negative exponent. Okay, its exponent is still positive, and if you remember, its exponent is really 1. So that negative 8 needs to stay in the numerator. It does not go anywhere. Okay, just because the number is negative doesn't move it around. The exponent has to be negative in order to send a term to the denominator or to the numerator. Now we keep simplifying. Move to the denominator. Well, s to the 0, okay, is just going to be 1, right? Because any variable, any number raised to the 0th power is 1. T to the negative third, okay? Now that negative exponent is in the denominator, so to get this exponent to be positive, okay, we have to send it to the numerator, negative 8 times t cubed, which is just the same as negative 8 times t cubed, right? Oh, dividing by 1 is kind of redundant. Okay, now what we can do is we can substitute in that negative 3 in for t. Again, we are substituting in a negative number, so it has to be put in parentheses. Negative 3 to the third. Okay. Well, negative 3 to the third is going to be a negative 27. So we have negative 8 times negative 27, which is going to give us a positive 216. Okay, so a couple important things here. Hey, look, you didn't even have to deal with substituting in the f's. Okay, so that is why we want to simplify first. We didn't get confused between our negative numbers and our negative exponents. We're able to simplify all the way down to 216. Again, if you have questions, mark them and we will discuss in class. Have a good day.